Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Eva Spirit Tarot. This is going to be your September reading 2020, your shadow work. I was recently guided by Spirit to start this particular series, your shadow work, for all of the signs. They told me that when we become consciously aware of what we're vibrating out, it allows us to get back into the driver's seat of our own lives, to become empowered, to become proactive in making any adjustments. And what we tend to vibrate out, we're not always consciously aware of, because it can be core beliefs and things that are in our subconscious. So my hope for you is that by doing this series, that you will be able to manifest the things that you want in your life and just really become the best versions of yourselves. And I hope the same for me too. So I am a channel, and as such I channel different collectives, energies, beings, groups through the different decks here, as well as through the stones and through the crystals. If you see cards flying around, things like that, it's just a result of a lot of energy in this space here. It's totally normal. You know, we have a full house, and all information below, additional information will be down below for you in terms of, for example, the decks I use, how to contact me, things like that. So I think that's it. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Okay, if I pause during the reading, it's just me tuning in, by the way. Okay, Cancer. Okay, Abundance Cards wants to come for Cancer. All right, let's see. Cancer, please. Shadow work for Cancer. September. Okay, they're saying these cards. I didn't want to take them, but they said yes. Okay, we have the cards already. Thank you. First card we've got is Pay Yourself First. Okay, so before I read what's there, I'm just tuning into the energy of the card, and this is talking about valuing yourself, but more particularly they're saying to see yourself, to recognize yourself. They're also highlighting this idea of being in a relationship with yourself. They're highlighting that there's this tendency in your life to be very involved in the relationships that you have in your life, and less with the one you have with yourself. And there's a need to refocus on yourself. And they're saying that the reason may be that, you know, sometimes looking in the mirror and looking at ourselves and sort of being with ourselves can be difficult and can be painful, because maybe there are things there that we don't want to face, we don't want to look at. And so they're saying that there might be some of that there going on for some of you, that there's an over focus on others, so as to avoid looking at yourself, because there are things you don't want to see. They're telling me to clarify this card with a different deck. Okay, so we'll take this one here. So valuing yourself, seeing yourself, it's almost like looking in the mirror and recognizing and re-establishing the truth that you are first and foremost in a relationship with yourself, Cancer. Okay, they're also saying that if your cup is empty, you have nothing to give to others anyway. Okay. What do you want to say about this? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have, to clarify, we have the High Priestess and we have the King of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to tune in just a moment, please. Yeah, so there's definitely Spirit is definitely guiding you and encouraging you for this month to go within, to take time out for yourself, to own yourself, to reclaim yourself. There's also a need to reclaim personal power as well, and to look at the subconscious, because the High Priestess does represent the subconscious, parts of you that are not allowing you to express personal power, and to have to interact with the world in a more balanced way. So what do I mean by that? To reclaim yourself. Can you clarify, please, Spirit? Reclaim yourself. What do you mean? Just a moment. Okay, so they're saying to own yourself, to own who you are. Okay, thank you. So they're saying, they're bringing me to the words responsibility and accountability. The reason for the hesitancy or the lack of standing in your own power is there's some sort of guilt there. There's something like it forces you to have to take full responsibility for things, and to feel the guilt of perhaps things that have gone down in the past that you may have done, or you were just you're not happy with the way you handled things at that time. I wouldn't be surprised if a card comes out something about forgiveness now, because Spirit is also saying that so part of the shadow work for this month is really tuning into what forgiveness is all about, and sort of understanding that energy, and realizing that if we do bad things and things that are not okay, the guilt, it's normal, and it's understandable, and it's sort of like the lesson we have to learn, right? Do we need to punish ourselves for the rest of our lives? No, but we take the lesson and we move forward. But there's a need for you to have to do this. So I'm really seeing someone who really has to look in the mirror and own some things about behaviors and situations that have taken place, where maybe you think back and think, I wasn't the best version of myself, and I knew better, but I did it anyway, something like that. And there's this feeling of, that's not who I am, and I behaved in a way that is not true of who I am. I mean, we all do sometimes, right? It's just part of being human. But it's you really needing to face that within yourself. So there's a need for time out. Okay, taking time out. They're showing me 4 of Swords. So time out, to rest, to recover, to recuperate, to kind of go within yourself as well, and face these things. Yeah. Okay, next card we've got is focus on your priorities. I'm not reading the bottom here because I'm just tuning into the energy of the card. That's what they're saying for me. Focus on your priorities. Okay, they're saying take the next card. Attracting, not chasing. Okay, so they're talking about getting centered, re-establishing a firm and foundational sacred connection with yourself will help you to get clear about your own values. Now they're talking about, sorry guys, one moment. Okay, and that is the lesson in all of this. Okay, so you having gone through this experience and having to feel the pain or the guilt of how things went down or how you behaved, so as to learn about who you truly are. Okay, attracting, not chasing. So they're talking here about re-instructing yourself, and doing things a different way. So as to not create so much collateral damage. I think that's maybe something you're feeling bad about, the damage that was done, or the people that were hurt in the process of something that happened, and you think that was unnecessary. And so what's coming up this month is this feeling of just really having to face this feeling of like, I feel bad about what happened, I feel bad about how it went down, but facing that feeling is going to allow you to realign more powerfully with who you really are. And The last card we've got here is ask for your needs to be met. Okay, they're saying this one I can read. And it says, God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. So, okay, they're highlighting prayer to me. And they're highlighting, interesting. They're highlighting a book called Conversations with God. I think that's written by the guy Neil, is it Neil Walsh? I might be wrong, but Conversations with God, that's the name of the book. They're recommending, they're just mentioning that book and saying that might be helpful. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So there's a need here to create a more, I think I mentioned this word before, sacred sort of relationship with spirit. Again, they're bringing up forgiveness again, okay? Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of, the whole situation. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So they're saying there about remaining open, so they're saying that if you close yourself off or shut down because of feeling bad or negative emotions, by doing that you also close yourself off to the good things. You also close yourself off from the lessons and from the realizations, the breakthroughs, the epiphanies that can ultimately propel you forward to really become the best versions of yourselves. And so there's wisdom and there's meaning behind these things that happen. Sometimes they're saying to tell you that sometimes people, what hurts people the most sometimes is that about situations from the past is that they feel like it happened for no reason, that it was in vain. All of this pain occurred and it was in vain and nothing happened from it. And if you're still feeling like that, then you haven't fully moved through the experience. It's an indication that there's still pain there. There's still things there for you to look at. They're also saying there's a resistance because it's also about lack of acceptance, sort of accepting that this happened and being able to connect the dots to understand why it happened, why it needed to happen as well, and also taking responsibility about what were you vibrating to contribute to that manifestation. So you are required to take responsibility for whatever went down, to feel it and then to release it, and through that process you become a better version of yourself. Easier said than done, I know, but that's what they're saying. Okay, that's from these decks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting strong guilt about something, or just sort of regret. Could be regret as well about something. Okay. Okay, let's see. Next deck that wants to come through. Okay, this one here is looking at me. Okay. Shadow work for Cancer, please. Cancer, September 2020. Yeah, so, okay, they told me to look at these two cards that went to the side. Donkey, which says, keep your heart open no matter what. So like I just said about, it's just a confirmation. If you close yourself off because of negative experiences, you also close yourself to good things too. So stay open no matter what. Kangaroo was the next one, and it says, be a force for good. So it's they're now bringing me to this sort of like alchemizing and transforming things, that when you go through these negative feelings and these bad experiences and you alchemize it, you are able to extract gold from it, and that gold is very pure in its, they're saying very pure in its goodness and in its ability to do a lot of good in the world and do a lot of good for you and your own life and who you decide to be ultimately. So there's a need that they're saying also there's a need for acceptance, in terms of accepting things, accepting that these things happened, and they can't be changed. It's happened already. And how do you deal with that feeling of knowing that you can't change what has happened now? It's important. It's an important rite of passage for you to accept. They're also saying accept that it's over as well. Okay, so accept that something is over. So there might be some of you out there that are sort of rehashing and revisiting things in your mind and kind of wondering what if, and maybe I could reignite something again or a situation again. But they're saying it's about accepting that it's done and also letting it go now, and alchemizing the emotions that come up as a result. Because they're saying that for those of you that are sort of thinking about something from the past again and the idea of bringing it back into the present, it's really just a way to aid your guilt about something. It's not really because you necessarily want it back. It's just that you think it will make you feel better and dampen the feeling of this painful guilt that you have. Or just, it may not be guilt, but it can also be just like a dissatisfaction with how things have gone. Okay, so that was the first message. Let's see if a card comes out. Okay, Cancer. Cancer. Okay, another card they wanted to show that turned to the side during the shuffle is a grey squirrel, and it says find new ways of solving problems. Okay, yeah, so this is talking about what I'm also sensing. Oh, sorry guys, again. Finding new ways of healing as well, okay? So this is requiring not only a different perspective, but also a different approach as well. Find new ways of solving problems. Find new ways of dealing with and managing these emotions, rather than focusing on the things outside of you and the relationships. To improve the relationships with others, you have to improve the relationship with yourself. That's a very true thing. And sometimes the reflections in terms of what goes on in our relationships and maybe what went down in the past sort of indicate the holes in the relationship with ourselves and sort of what we need to work on. And they're saying that it requires a new approach and a new perspective in terms of how do you solve those. And by first resolving them within yourself, building that relationship with yourself, it will impact your relationships in a positive way. Okay, the card you got was the Elephant. And it says, open yourself to true abundance. Very nice. And both of the cards are Archangel Raphael. That's really happening a lot in the readings with this deck. Same archangels are coming through. Nice. Okay, let me just tune in one moment. Yeah, so what I just heard was true connection. So abundance and what I'm connecting into is expansion. Being in an expanded state allows you to really experience true connection as well, because when you feel abandoned Freudian slip, when you feel abundant, there's no sense of lack. So the way that you connect with others is totally different, and it's true connection. It's a very powerful, high vibrational type of connection that also feels very expansive. And they're saying that this is what awaits you, actually. So the finding the meaning in these difficult experiences. This is the shadow work, finding the meaning through these difficult experiences that you may have just had or have had in the past, and going through this and allowing yourself to process the residual emotions that you feel from that, which for some of you may just be a strong guilt or dissatisfaction, or just sort of feeling that, you know, I made a mistake, or I acted in a way that wasn't true of me, and it wasn't in line with my own values. Allowing yourself to feel all of that is going to create a pathway for you to experience true connection with others, which is feeling incredibly expansive. And if you look at both of these cards, you know, there's a lot of green going on here. So this is really telling me about the heart, about healing, about love. So they're saying, okay, so they're saying it will heal your heart and open you up to love, not only of yourself, but in your ability to experience a deeper kind of love with others as well, which is what you want. Okay. Yeah. All right, Cancer, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.